Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic, where we're taking a look at another Transformers Combiner Wars character. And this week it's going to be Blades from the Protectobots line. Now Blades is actually just an art redeco of Alpha Bravo from the Aerobots. However, because he actually transformed into a helicopter in the original G1 series, I feel that he's a better fit for his alt mode, especially with the lineup and the team. I'm really enjoying the color scheme of this guy. The red and the white really seem to scream medical personnel, and a little bit of touch of gray right here makes it almost seem like this is kind of a uniform that he has on. The little addition of blue on his face really seems to be calming, something you would want to see in some sort of medical relief officer or personnel. So it just seems to scream to me like, hey, I'm here to help and I'm here to help save you. If there was red or black, it would have just seemed too overly aggressive, especially with the rest of the paint scheme. So it just seems to be this nice right balance. I enjoy the nice little bit of detail right here. You can kind of see the little Autobots logo right here and this little rescue symbol right inside, and the lettering seems to be very nice. They seem to take a lot of nice detail with Blades right here. His overall articulation is exactly the same as Alpha Bravo's. You got a nice head articulation right here. His arms are on this ball joint. A little bit of a bicep swivel, arms or elbows ratcheting up and down, a nice waist articulation. He's been talking all day, he's just starting to mumble. Hip rotation right here, and a little bit of knee articulation right here. You can maybe count this as toe articulation, however it is actually just part of the transformation, but what the heck, I'm going to count it anyways. Now, as far as his weapons go, he comes with the same type of railgun that Alpha Bravo came with. So that, plus his arm missiles, and this giant laser rifle right here, he's pretty armed to the teeth for a rescue helicopter, although you could possibly use your imagination and say, this shoots flame-retardant foam, and this is rescue flares, and this is a railgun for taking out bad guys. Well, yeah, you can't really, I don't know how you can really use your imagination. Maybe it's a trank gun. Just however you want to think about it. There's really not much else to the robot mode of this guy, so let's actually transform him and get him into his alt mode. Now, to get Blades into his alt mode is actually fairly simple. We're going to start off by moving his head all the way around like so his tail fin can actually hide his face. Next, we're going to want to take the waist and move that all the way around. Make sure it's nice and centered here, because it's going to get in the way of this thing if it's not. We're going to want to move this down, and we might as well just move his propeller blades all the way out so they're straight. Take his tail fin, put it back like this. And take this back rotor and move it straight up so he's not kind of spinning around in circles when he flies. Next, we're going to want to move the tail fin back up again like this, because it's going to be important for the legs. We're going to want to then split them apart and then try to move these joints down and around like this and make sure this little peg gets right in that little slot up there. Hope I'm getting all this in on camera. I want to do that for both legs. Oh. There you go. And then just move these bottom parts up like here. And while you're doing it, you can actually see that there's little slots and grooves right in there. Might as well just force those together, or if they slide together easily, that should be the key. Don't want to force anything. Next, take the nose cone of the propeller, or the helicopter. Move it around like this, snap those together, and then bring these parts down. Oh, that part wanted to snap off on me for some reason. Now, I'm going to say that you want to get these little grooves right in here on these little pegs, and it's not that difficult to do. However, I'm not going to put mine all the way down, because I've noticed that it's a very tight squeeze with this particular figure and all of his other remolds or recolors, and I sometimes have to get a knife or use my nails in there to really pry it apart. So to transform into his other forms, I'm just going to kind of leave that separated like this. I don't know if that's just an issue with mine or them all over, but considering that it's happened with also Alpha Bravo, I'm considering it's something with all of them. Next, we're going to want to take his arms, put them right here, and then just move his helicopter blade back down like this. And there you have Blades in his helicopter vehicle rescue alt mode with these giant missiles on the side for rescuing. Yes, I don't know, maybe they're Nerf, but then how can you explain the railgun that fits nicely on the side right here? Makes him look a lot more intimidating and badass, but still not screaming rescue. You can then also take the foot hash hand of Defensor, and I guess put it on the bottom right here. It could fit on the sides right here on his arms, but it doesn't fit all that well. May as well move that down like this, or no, I'll leave it like that. So you can actually either use this as some sort of like landing pad that he can rest on, or you could pretend that there's some fire retardant foam in there that he shoots out for when he's putting out fires or whatever. Yeah, or it's just a military care package that he drops. Here, have some food, weapons, whatever. I'm having too much fun. Anyways, yeah, this is Blades in his vehicle alt mode. Now to get Blades here into the arm mode of Defensor is exactly the same as Alpha Bravo. We're going to want to move these parts up right here, and I've already started just because if you remember from the Alpha Bravo transformation, that part was really hard to get on there. It's snapped together very tightly. We're then going to take his nose cones, separate them, and rotate them up. Make sure they're going to get them into their little grooves right there. Almost exactly the same as if you're going to be transforming him back into his robot mode. We're going to put this part up here so we can actually separate his legs. Pull these parts here, and now this one is really tight on mine, so it's just going to take a little bit of force. I'm going to pop his arms so I can get them out of there a little bit better. Ah, there we go. We're going to move his legs up like so. Make sure they get right up. Make sure that these things fold up and twist just how they need to. And we want to get these little pegs right into the slots right here. Those legs are stable. We're just going to move his arms back because we don't need them actually out like that. We're then going to take his propellers here again, move them back down, and make sure that this is locked into place. Then we're going to take his tail fin right here, move it down. There we go. We want to rotate his head all the way around right here so that it's not actually poking out when we move this part out like so. And then just take his blades right here. I'm just going to move them up so that they're not in the way. After that, we're going to take the hand/foot of Defensor. Move the fingers out. Move the thumb up and out like this, and then place it on the bottom. And there you go. Blades is now ready to become the arm of Defensor. Alright, now to transform Blades here into the leg mode of Defensor is actually fairly simple and exactly the same as Alpha Bravos. We're going to start off by moving these parts up here, and it's just as tight as when we're trying to transfer Alpha Bravo. Then we're going to separate the nose cone of his helicopter. Move this one up right here. Just get that right in there. Make sure it's fit right into those little slots on the side. There you go. Next off, we're actually going to move his tail fin forward and rotate this part back like so. And I'm just going to put the blades up like this just so that they're not flopping around or in the way. Then after that, we're going to move this part all the way up like this. Then take the foot/hand of Defensor, pop it right here at the bottom. And there you go. Blades is now ready to become the leg of Defensor. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen today, please help me out by sharing, liking, or even subscribing. Comments and advice are also appreciated. Who knows, something you suggest may appear on the show in the future.